Good afternoon. Welcome to Let's Talk Jonesboro. Today, I have my guest here, Mr. Bill Campbell. How are you today?
It's a pleasure to see you, Shunqetta. We are going to be talking about why don't we have a cup? Why don't we have a cup with us? Shunqetta is the better host for a talk show, so she introduced us today on Let's Talk Jonesboro. And she is a professional of many types, but she has a nonprofit called Over a Cup. And with her today is Candence Brooks. And Candence and Shunqetta both work together for this nonprofit that serves women, minority women particularly. Tell us a little bit about it just so we can get started.
Awesome. Thank you. So today, again, it's Candence Brooks. About 5 years ago, we casually just met. Really, God placed it on my heart to initiate a networking group for Black women entrepreneurs in Jonesboro. As a non-native of Jonesboro, one of the hardest things to do was to really find your tribe, because the city of Jonesboro is very great and very unique in its own silos. And so I really just wanted community. And God led me to do that through the initiative called Over a Cup. And so we met January 2017 over a cup of coffee, literally at Starbucks, with fellow Black women entrepreneurs, and to start conversations about how do we grow our business, how do we enter into this market and engagement, but then also discuss those obstacles that do stand in the way when it comes down to women entrepreneurship, and in particular, entrepreneurship for Black women. And so Over a Cup, and we have been going strong ever since. And because of that consistency, we are now embarking on this great and amazing journey to do something even more for Black women entrepreneurs in this city with the launch of our incubator program.
Incubator program. All right. Now, hold that thought, because I want to ask Candence if you were an entrepreneur first or you met Shunqetta's group first.
Well, I met Shunqetta in college, and so I was
So
an
you've
entrepreneur.
known Shunqetta.
Yes,
All
and
right.
so I'm a real estate agent as
Yes.
well,
Okay.
and so that was the lens that she was calling me through, was because I'm also an entrepreneur, and so again, it was one of those, I needed my tribe, and so she called me, and I immediately said yes, because why not? And I had just had a baby, and so I was really feeling lonely, and it was like, man, I didn't know what I needed until I got it. And when she called, I was like, you know what? Yes, I will come over a cup of coffee. So, and that's how it was birthed.
Okay. So now let's fast forward again to the incubator program and talk about what we have right now.
Awesome. So again, every time I think about it, the amazingness of God in this, we have been meeting. We bring in speakers, we talk about scaling our business, what's marketing, what's branding, what's access to capital, how do you do a spreadsheet, right? Like all of these nuances of business conversations that a lot of us are not privy to unless you're around people that do this consistently.
Right.
Again, this is what we were wanting to address. And so we are so grateful to for the partnership with Forge, a community loan fund, who is sponsoring for us to have 2 business cohorts this year, one in the spring and one in the fall. Applications are open, and you can follow Over a Cup on Facebook as well. Again, we're just happy to be able to offer this free program. It's at no cost to any Black woman entrepreneur in this city or in the surrounding areas, but we're really wanting to have our local women. This is for them. It's for us to add to the vibrancy of our great community. We love Jonesboro. And I think it's just time that we ensure that there is opportunity and spaces for all sorts of entrepreneurs to thrive. And so that's what the L.E.A.P Academy is for. And again, I just really want to stress that is at no cost to any woman that has a business. There are qualifications, because we do want to ensure that the women that enter to the program are committed, do have a business. It's not about picking and choosing what type of service. It's just, ensuring that there is a viable business. And from there, we're going to be meeting every week for the next 10 weeks.
Right.
And the bonus to that is post completing the program, there are some financial incentives for your business once you complete the program.
When's the deadline to apply?
The deadline to apply is January 10th.
All right.
And also, just FYI, LEAP is an acronym, and so it stands for Leveraging Expertise to Accelerate Profit. So we are specifically focusing on businesses to actually accelerate their profit. So tangible information that's going to be very valuable to their businesses.
Wonderful.
It will not be us facilitating these conversations. We have local bankers and people in various professions and spaces that will be leading these sessions. And so again, it's kind of like you become what you see. We literally have a millionaire business owner that will be leading a session. We're just the facilitators and the stewards of this project.
Okay. Tell me why this is important to Black women.
So let's let the data speak for itself.
Good.
In the state of Arkansas, there was a report released by the Women's Foundation of Arkansas. The median income for Black women businesses in this state is $24,000. There are less than 12% of Black women entrepreneurs, especially in the Delta area, that are making over $100,000 in their businesses. And what we found is that while there are a number of businesses and programs and systems that will attract Black women as consumers, there are very few programs that will build them up as owners and ecosystem generators. And so while we know that there are viable businesses, this program will just teach some of those things as well that, again, many Black women entrepreneurs are not privy to. If you have never seen it, it's hard to become it. And so we're just excited that we have partners. They're not Black, or they're not just exclusively women. We have great people that are saying, hey, we recognize the same things. We recognize how you want to add value to your local economy and your community, and we want to support that. And so that's why we're just really excited that it's not just about the barriers.
Right.
It's about that we have people that are in the trenches with us to overcome them.
That's beautifully said, because, you know, in Jonesboro, like any city our size across the country that's not a part of a larger community nearby, you are entrenched in what you have experienced. And I think opportunities that you're describing right now benefit people. It opens doors in the brain, if nothing else, to people who haven't had that experience. And Candence, can you speak at any level of how that camaraderie and group learning, you know, they say a rising tide lifts all ships or whatever. I think that's what you're looking for, essentially.
Yeah.
And can you speak to your personal experience with this?
Well, there's power in coming together as a group, and also there's power in networking. And one thing we mentioned about, I can achieve it if I can see it. And so by having this group of people that are coming together and we all look alike, and even if we're in different industries and work in different segments and things like that, is by being able to come together and collaborate and to talk about, here's some resources that I've learned, and just sharing that. And so for me, it means a lot by having that same and shared experience.
And when you come from the same background, it's easier to explain and to help one another reach a different future, so to speak, I think. And that is coming from me that has not been a part of your program, so don't let me speak for you. Shunqetta will not let me speak for her. But you've been doing this 5 years, I guess, now. So tell me something about what you've learned, and something maybe that you didn't know or didn't hope to achieve that you have seen come to fruition out of this.
So something that I have learned is that oftentimes you think you need all of these other things to add value to your community, that you think you need to just know this group and these people. Well, what God has shown me, where there is a willingness there is always provision for the vision. And so what we strive to share with Black women entrepreneurs coming into here, that all you have is all you need. And once you're committed, especially if you're doing things out of love, you'll be amazed to see how many people will help you push your car. You know,
I love that. Yeah.
you will be amazed. And so one of the things that I've learned from this program, even sitting here with you, even with the mayor's support, is that even in these taboo topics, or when people will think, hearing things like this, that we don't need this, or there is separation. But if you take a deep look, if you really want to know about the betterment, how you better your community, it's really accepting when people say that there is a problem.
Yes. Yes.
And when people bring solutions to those problems, right? And that's what Over a Cup is. It's a solution. So what's next is we are encouraging every woman, in particular for Black women that are inspiring entrepreneurs, who have a business, who have just a thought of starting a business. Meet us every fourth Saturday at 9 a.m. over a cup of coffee. It's 1 hour to empower. We'd start early in the morning. If you drink cold coffee, bless you, but
Yeah.
I drink decaf.
Do you do decaf?
I do.
Respect.
yes, but no, I'm just teasing. But seriously,
Yes.
we're inviting every Black woman entrepreneur, or again aspiring, to join us. Follow us on Facebook, and that way people can become updated on what we're meeting at, because we really try to float around town to our local businesses and support those businesses.
Yeah.
And if you're interested in the program, again, that information is on the Over a Cup page with the link to apply. And if you are not ready for that commitment, because it is a commitment, then you have the fall to consider. But we're thankful that this is going to be so great in this space with this incubator program, that we're going to be able to continue this for years to come. And I also would like to add to that the history making component of the L.E.A.P program. These programs are not new to Arkansas. So they have one in Central Arkansas, they have a program in Northwest Arkansas, and in the southern part of Arkansas.
Right.
Now, through Over a Cup, we've made history that this is the first program in Northeast Arkansas. And so the city of Jonesboro has something that can also be added to the progressiveness, with what our city is doing. And that's why we invite people, if you want to learn more, and even want to learn how to do these programs for certain other groups and people, I would love to have that conversation as well, because shared knowledge is the best knowledge.
Yes, that's right. So, and that's what you are. You really have become already. Somebody that can share knowledge with anybody. Honestly, if you can teach me, you can teach anybody. So, you're a good influence. You guys are great. It's Candence Brooks and Shunqetta Cunningham, and they are talking about Over a Cup. And thank you guys for joining us on Let's Talk Jonesboro. It's been a great visit.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.